You don't come to the Franciscan way of life necessarily to do something. You come to become someone.
Franciscans are quite good at relationships with people, as a rule, and that they're also very good with animals and plants. And they take pretty good care of Mother Earth herself.
It's less about the words that we say than it is about the way we live our lives and the example that we give.
The Franciscan Sisters of Little Falls, Minnesota is a Roman Catholic congregation of religious women of the Third Order of St. Francis of Assisi.
We have a rather unique founding history in that we were begun by 16 women. We start back in 1872 when Mother Mary Ignatius Hayes came over from England and established a community in Belle Prairie. And they started an academy for girls, which they ran. And until 1889, when in the middle of a lot of anger and division in the parish in Belle Prairie, the academy was set on fire in the middle of the night. And the sisters and the students escaped in the middle of the night, basically with just what they had on. 16 of them decided to stay in Minnesota and asked to become a Minnesota-based community. So in March 1st, 1891, we were established as a Franciscan community in the St. Cloud Diocese. At that time, we were given the mission of caring for the orphans, and the sisters began their ministry living in a slab shanty. Looks like a chicken coop.
Francis is reputed to have said, preach the gospel and if necessary, use words.
I believe that the dignity of the human person is uppermost in my mind, and I want to relate with people in a very positive way. I think that's gospel life.
For me, that means the good news that Jesus gave to the world. And the good news is directed at those who are poor and those who are ill, those who are needy.
It's an alternate lifestyle that's focused on contemplation and continual conversion. And it's lived in the context of community with a group of people with similar values and a similar intention about how to live those values in the world.
The way I found my path to religious life was encountering the spirituality, the form of life that we would call the Franciscan tradition or Franciscan spirituality.
We use the model of St. Francis, who began an order that aspired to live the gospel by focusing our lives on Jesus Christ.
When St. Francis was living, he was pretty strong in always saying, don't give me a lot of rules. I want the gospel and only the gospel.
When we talk about continuous conversion, it's an ongoing thing that will keep on going until we breathe our last breath.
To me, it means always growing and learning, and I continually love to learn.
All life is change, and we never settle to say, I've made it.
We're always beginning. Every day we begin again. And if you fail one day, that's not the end of things. You start again the next day.
Live more simply. That's also part of the Franciscan value of poverty.
For us, poverty generally means our common life, which means that we share everything. Nobody in our community makes her personal salary and puts away her personal little nest egg somewhere, for future use.
We try to eliminate any sense of possession of goods, and also possession of ego that might interfere with a relationship with God and with others.
We have our personal things that we use in our books and, gifts that we're giving, we kind of pad our little life with a lot of personal things. But in fact, our life is a common life.
It's been a real delight to be able to live in a community group, for example, where we focus on living simply and caring for the earth in every way that we could possibly think of.
If you're here with us a few days, you see we're not very poor at all. Our life is full of great abundance. Our third one would be like contemplation or prayer. We really need to focus our life on our prayer and our relationship with God, and that we have to have a rhythm of prayer in our life. That includes liturgy, Mass, the office that we say, our common prayers together, our personal, reflective, meditative, contemplative prayer. We need to engage in that constantly, in our daily life.
We have a very strong emphasis on our prayer life, both our prayer that we do as community and our private prayer. For all of us, that is a very significant point of each day of our life.
We have a lovely chapel in the Romanesque styles, very simple. We don't have a lot of statues. It's a quiet, restful, peaceful place. We have groups that come through and use it for concerts. It's got wonderful acoustics. It's a place of prayer where the sisters come together every evening at 4:15 and pray office together.
It seems that the emptiness of poverty and humility brings out the space that's needed for loving, so that the gospel's message is love.
When you're with other people, you always think of them as better than yourself. Somehow, if you think of other people that you're with as better than yourself, you're going to be in a right relationship with them.
It's quite simple, not easy, but simple.
I've been a member of the Franciscan Sisters for 25 years now, and I could not have envisioned where I am now when I walked through the door and said, I'm ready.
I can honestly say that I have never not wanted to be a Franciscan Sister of Little Falls, never.
In the big picture of it all is really to be more Christ-like as much as we are humanly possible to be.
We're extending the Franciscan family beyond women religious. It doesn't depend just on us because we believe it's a charism and a spirituality that belongs to all kinds of people. And our job is to help promote that. We are doing many things. We're doing them with people, we're doing them for people, and basically we're doing it so that we can be more clear about this beautiful God that has created us and loved us so much, and that we continue to spread that message.
And as I often say to people, we Franciscans will celebrate anything there is to celebrate. It's part of who we are.